break me down and make me weak again. After all, I called you my best friend, and I've been here, I know the story ends with broken hearts and us playing pretend. Break me down, down. Break me down. Break me down, down. Break me down.
Woo! What a time for me to bring the players off mute. Woo! That was great. That was fantastic. Welcome everyone to the much anticipated, super long overdue session 1 of Star Trek Asurine, a Star Trek Adventures game that we're going to be playing. It is a game of hopefully intrigue and spy shit. Is the game that we're going to be trying to do here, and the story that we're going to be trying to tell. And I'm very excited to bring back the cast of Star Trek Valhalla again together finally. I promised them that Tuesdays would be theirs eventually, and after a series of delays, we are back together, and I'm super excited to be here with them. So without further ado, we're going to go around the table, have everyone quickly introduce themselves. We're going to go Symbol, Mimi, Drew, Charles. We're going to wrap it up with Bri, the server mod guy. Take it away, Symbol.
Hello. So yes, I am Symbol. I am playing Commander Rogorgek, a Ferosian, and there's some mysterious shit in his past. It's gonna be interesting to discover.
Ooh. Oh.
And I forgot the order already.
Yeah.
You're not up yet.
It's okay, Charles. Don't
Is
worry.
it Mimi next?
Yeah, I think it's me, right?
It's
Yep.
you. Yeah.
Good evening. I'm Mimi. I am playing Lieutenant Junior Grade Malka Bat Adva, who is she's an engineer, and I guess we'll find out more about her as well. Huh?
Ooh.
There's not a lot
Mysterious.
I don't know. It feels like there's not a lot to say about our characters yet.
There's not.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Oh, and Drew, of course, turned off his camera and messed up the order.
I'm back.
No, it's fine. You turned off your camera and messed up the order. So now I gotta fix
did
everything
I'm
again.
sorry.
Yeah, well.
My bad.
Nah, it happens. I gotta fix it. All right, so
Right.
you gotta go over where he is. Charles is... Wait, who's Dr. Ike? I don't even know what's happening anymore. All right, now everyone's
Drew.
back where they need to be. All right, good. We're good. It wouldn't be a Star Trek... It wouldn't be a Darewolf Den gaming stream without technical issues right off the rip. So, bingo bango. Dr. Ike, Drew, take it away.
At least we're not muted for like 20 minutes.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was
The memories.
that was sad.
That's happened a couple times.
Well, you know.
Hi, I'm Drew. I'm playing Dr. Ike. He is a Betazoid. He is the medic of the group. He is a pacifist as well.
That'll work out great for you, Lieutenant Krieg.
My name is Charles. I'm playing Lieutenant Krieg. He is a half Klingon science officer.
Oh. Feel like you're something important? You feel like you're special? What you feel like? I'm sorry. I'm being aggressive for no reason.
Only
I apologize.
in the science.
It's not your turn anymore. It's Brian's turn. So go ahead. So mean.
I am Brian, also Mind Over Brian on both Twitter and on Twitch. Although on Twitch I spell it with 0. I'm also known as Bri, the server mod guy in the Discord server. So you may see me kicking around in there. But today I am playing Ensign Evil Dulora, a Bajoran ensign of security. So we'll see how that goes.
I like it.
This
Of
is
course, I
Bella's
am
the best.
Darewolf.
I'm Bella.
I'm the game master, and that is Bella. She is the game master cat, the catster. That's what it is. But we open our scene, as we have often done, not though this time over the hull of a ship, but instead we open our scene as the camera pans up and we see a massive space station. And for those that are familiar with Star Trek lore, we recognize this space station as none other than Deep Space Nine, a station of mystery, intrigue, and a lot of interesting episodes with hair and without hair. The better ones without hair. So I've been told, as it were. So I've been told. But the star date is 50112.01. The Dominion War has begun. 6 months of brutal fighting inside the Federation and beyond have left many dead and even more wounded. Because of the intensity of the war, Federation High Command has issued special assignments to select crews that are, strictly speaking, off the books. These crews function as black operatives doing the things that must be done no matter the price. Their code name, Asurine. A recent batch of recruits has been tasked with entering into the Gamma Quadrant in secret to hunt a Changeling operative who Command believes has vital information that could help turn the tide of the war. The crew is to meet at Deep Space Nine for a briefing, but the galaxy may have other plans for them. Dun dun dun. As it were. So we open our first scene here after the intro and the delightful opening monologue by Darewolf. You may have a momentum for that. You're welcome. Very good. That's me. All right, I got it. But is everyone in the game, by the way? Just make sure everyone's actually in.
Mm-hmm.
In the role, yes.
Okay, because I'm only seeing a couple
Well,
of people,
I am.
but
Let me
that's fine.
see.
I don't know if I'm in the right one then, because I see Charles.
There's a new one.
Yeah, Star Trek Asurine.
Since when?
Since
there's a new one.
Since forever. It's
Did it? What?
yeah. It's a roll 20 for Star Trek Asurine.
Don't worry, Symbol. You're in the right one. It's you and me. You're in
Yeah.
the right one.
Is somebody not? I'm missing. I swear I'm missing a couple people.
Yeah.
So
Wait, are we in the wrong one?
You're in the wrong one.
I don't
How
know.
could that be?
Which one are you guys in?
The one that's
That's
called
Star
Star
Trek?
Trek Ausrine.
Ausrine.
No, that's what we're in, and you're not in it.
I don't know. I'm very confused.
Now I'm the
If-
only one in it.
This is going very well. Hold on. I didn't make 2 of them, did I? I don't think I did. Right? This is a great start.
This is
Well,
the one
I-
where my character sheet is. if
yeah,
that
I
helps.
see all of the characters.
Maybe I'm just not. Yeah, you're all in there. I don't know. Maybe my rolls 20 is lagging. You're all in there. I can see that
I
you're in
only
there.
see myself and Brian has 12 momentum on himself. So
I don't. You're the only two I don't
Wow.
see.
Now I see no
Yes.
one. You know what? I'm just gonna trust that it's working, and I have no idea what's
the
going
crew
on.
is all copies of Symbol's character. I don't know if that's normal.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah, under like medical and stuff.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Is it really?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you look at the regular crew outside of the command
Oh,
staff.
it's because we haven't actually made any NPCs yet. We might have.
I'm in the
NPCs
right
at
one
some
because
point.
I just rolled
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, no, you guys are good.
Okay.
I can
You're
see
good.
me on
yeah,
stream.
We're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
It's we're good. All right, we fixed it. So anyway, sorry. So we're actually gonna open after our opening monologue, where you guys got a momentum because I'm delightful. We're actually gonna cut into the station itself, and we go into a well-known and very, very often used set piece in Deep Space Nine, Quarks. We're gonna go into Quarks. We see some games going on. We see people at the bar. We see Quark himself moving about, mingling, doing his Ferengi thing. But we're not going to follow Quark, because this is not about him, all right? This is about a different crew. We go all the way back into the far, slightly shadowed area of the bar, where we see a commander, not dressed as a commander. He is, well, Symbol, why don't you take a moment to describe your character to all of us and those listening?
All right. So as I said earlier, I am a Ferosian, which means that I look like a watered down Klingon. A bit of cranial ridges, semi-long flowing hair, nice little Fu Manchu mustache, everything white in the hair department, in the mustache department. And he's wearing traditional Ferosian clothes, drinking a traditional drink, usually associated with Ferosians, and just looking like he doesn't want to be there right now. Just
Ooh.
not too happy for some reason.
He's in a bad mood. I like that. Sitting a couple of tables away, you have arrived here with your commander, and you are acting as backup. All right, you are acting as backup. Ensign Elvold? Why do you guys
Evil.
have such weird names? Could you just have like maybe it's like Ensign John?
I'm Bajoran.
Dorian.
Ensign
I'm
Evolve.
And your mockingbird. And your mockingbird. And your mockingbird. Yeah. All right. Ensign Bajoran. Go ahead. Describe your character. So angry.
He's practically fresh out of the academy, so looks very young. He's got the traditional earring that symbolizes that he worships the prophets. You know, the slight nasal ridges, clean shaven. Just looks very, very like honestly looks very young. Is interestingly very comfortable not in a uniform because he hasn't worn the uniform very long. And he's also got what appears to be like a facial piercing, like a staple right in his upper eyebrow.
Okay. Okay. What does that represent? Do we know?
No, nothing. That's teenage rebellion.
Oh, he's so savage. I love it.
Yeah.
So you've been sitting there now for about 30 minutes, the two of you. You've been sitting, you've been waiting. You are due to meet up with the rest of your crew, but you've been strictly given orders to not really make a show of it. You have basic descriptions of everyone. The only two of you that arrived together were Commander Rowe and Ensign Bajoran. Okay, Ensign Bajoran. We've got Lieutenant Junior Grade Bajoran and Ensign Bajoran, and that's what your names are going to be moving forward. All right.
I'm not Bajoran.
Sure you are. It's fine.
All right, I'm done.
I'm having fun. We're having fun here. Anyway, I'm moving on. Don't worry about it. Ensign Batava. Batava? Did I say it right? Batava?
Phenomena.
But
Bad adva.
Ensign Bat. All right. Ensign Big League Swinger. All right, we're good. I'm having fun. I'll be having fun too. No, but
Isn't
you
she a
guys,
Lieutenant JG?
don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post. Anyway, so you guys have been sitting here for about 30 minutes. Your only orders were you were going to be contacted, and before you were contacted, the rest of your crew would show up. All right. Now you've met them a few times, right, and during training, etc. But you all were assigned different ships. A couple of you arrived, like Commander Rowe. You arrived actually on a starship. Ensign Bajoran, you were with him as well. Ensign Evold. That's what I said.
Evold.
Ensign Evold.
Yep.
I'll get it right eventually. Ensign Evold,
I know.
you arrived with him as well. But the other three, you all arrived on civilian transports. All right. You arrived, and the idea is that Command didn't want you guys to necessarily be seen showing up together, you know, all in colors. The idea is that you're supposed to be stealthy, right? Like that's the general feel. That's the idea, all right? Now this mission's a very simple one. You have a contact who has been working to infiltrate the Dominion, has been working to understand the comings and goings, and this particular contact is supposed to have some information that will get you into the Delta Quadrant, all right? Right? Is it Delta Quadrant? Gamma Quadrant.
Gamma Quadrant.
That's what I said.
Gamma.
We'll fix it in
Yes.
post. Get you into the Delta. I said Dominion War Delta. I don't know. It seems to make sense to me. I had a long day. I'm a little tired, so just bear with me. It's not my best show, but we're doing all right. We're getting through it, all right. But he's gonna get you into the Gamma Quadrant, all right. He has a lead. We're not exactly sure. Details are super vague, but that's how spy shit works, right? All right. But you guys are sitting there. You're waiting. You're sitting around. You're figuring out. We're actually gonna cut away from you guys for a moment, so I want to introduce the rest of the crew. We've got Lieutenant Krieg. You are walking down the promenade. You're on your way to Quarks. You're a good, I don't know, probably like, 100 feet away. You've been strolling. And I'd like to take a moment to describe your character, Lieutenant Krieg.
Sure. Lieutenant Krieg is a Klingon human hybrid, leaning towards the Klingon side.
Ooh.
He has dark skin, dark hair, a pretty intricate, jagged looking forehead ridge. But the bottom of his face, definitely you can tell it looks more human. He does have the jagged Klingon teeth, but probably not as pronounced as if he were a full Klingon.
Okay.
He's dressed in civilian clothes. His hair, unlike normal regular Klingons, is not long at all. It's cut in a short Starfleet kind of cut, and of course his hair starts way back here after all the cranial ridges, and he looks like he's taking in all the sights of the promenade with some pleasure.
Okay. All right. So you've got a nice little kind of happy smile on your face as you're walking
Mhm.
down and you're taking in all the sights. And this is a very exciting station. All right. It's been very much the front line because you have the wormhole there that goes into the Gamma Quadrant, and you've got Bajoran there. You've got it's Bajor, excuse me, and it's a very exciting spot. But there's a mixture of civilians and military personnel, and the promenade itself is incredibly crowded. So I want you to imagine like really busy airport. You are
Mhm.
pushing through. You're maybe not moving as quickly as others, but there's lots of others that are moving to and fro. There's some refugees that are probably leaving. There's some wounded. It's kind of chaotic, right? But it's also very exciting. There's a lot going on. However, as you are moving through the crowd, you feel someone bump into you. And as you look down, you see what appears to be a young Bajoran male, maybe early teens, bumps into you. What are you carrying on your person? Do you have a bag? Do you have a backpack? Did you have how are you dressed? I'd like you to take a moment to describe how you're
Yeah.
dressed as he bumps into you.
So he is dressed in one of those mostly form-fitting, futuristic civilian outfits.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have like a duffel bag over his shoulder.
Okay.
That was there. That if this kid was going to pilfer something, he could possibly
Okay.
uh,
So
try to pilfer it.
he bumps into you, and he
Mhm.
looks up and his eyes go wide, and instantaneously you see fear, you see
Mhm.
nervousness, and he gets a little fidgety, and he simply says, "Oh, excuse me, sir, I didn't mean to bump into you. I should get home. Pardon me." He turns and he goes to leave.
Allow he'll step in front of him and says, "Let me see your hands."
And as the young man reveals his hands, he's shaking as he looks up to you.
Mhm.
And I'd like you to give me a presence security difficulty of
yes.
2. Presence security difficulty of 2. Our first roll of the game.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. I'm very excited. I'm nervous. Complication.
All right. Presence.
I have a great idea for a complication if this goes
Security.
the way that I want it to go. It's probably not. You know what? I'm
Um,
gonna spend 3 threat to make the complication range 18 to 20.
What?
I don't know. I got it. Might as well use it.
All right. Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Here we go.
Get weird.
Starting out aggressive tonight, Wolf.
Is that a complication? 15. No, but it's still a failure. It's still a
Mhm.
failure. Interesting. So you look at his hands. He is visibly shaking, and he goes,
Mhm.
"Are you satisfied? I didn't take anything. If that's what you're implying."
He reaches out and he has gotten some, I guess, whatever credit chips or coins that they use
Yeah,
for um
the games.
yeah, in corks.
Mhm.
And he pulls out like a coin. He says, "There you are. Go buy yourself one of those." I forget one of those pops that Jake and Nog used to eat. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The jumbo sticks.
yeah.
Jumbo
Yeah.
stick. That's
Buy
great.
yourself a jumbo stick on
He goes,
me, and he
"Oh."
gives him a
Toothy grin.
Klingon smile.
Nice.
Yes.
The young man, almost greedily takes it and then gives you a nod. And as you turn, you hear a clink, 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 clink as you look back and see that your bag has been sliced open and several things come falling out. If you turn back to look towards a child, he has disappeared into the crowd. Here is my question.
Yes.
What's missing? I want to know from Lieutenant Krieg what was taken, what's missing. My only request is make it interesting.
So, well, I hope this is interesting enough. Krieg is really, his passion is botany.
Ooh.
So he's got some kind of rare seeds or whatever in a very nice box. It looks like it might be something more valuable in there, but it's
Okay.
really valuable to him because wherever he's going to end up, wherever our base is, he wants in his quarters to grow these little things for him. So
I love it.
so that's what's missing.
Oh my
So-
god. Well, interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna pocket that
Right.
information in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
And kind of love that. So seeds. Seeds missing small container. So you in the middle of this promenade are quickly trying to put your things back together as your bag has been ripped open.
Right.
When you feel a hand on your shoulder and Lieutenant Junior Grade Batava.
You'll get there.
Batava?
Batadva.
Batava. I'll say it like that. Lieutenant Junior Grade Batava. There it is. Batava. You have seen your companion. You may have even seen. I'm going to give you a presence security to see if you saw who took his things, because you were watching him from afar. It's going to be a difficulty of 2 for you as well. Presence security.
Presence security.
Yeah.
I don't have anything relevant for this.
Fantastic. You'll love to see it. I'm also going to spend 12. Oh, a complication.
You don't need to.
Good lord.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
god.
Don't need to.
Okay.
My dice
All
did not get the
that
message
is
that this is
so beautiful. I am
Yeah.
loving how this is starting. My heart is
Yeah.
filled with joy. Absolutely filled with joy. So Lieutenant Krieg, you
Right.
feel a hand on your shoulder, and you know how you said you lean more towards the Klingon side? That takes
Yes.
over. What
Right.
do you do? Make it a little aggressive.
Oh yeah. So he's gonna go. He's doing it up, and he's gonna quickly whack, boom, and pull.
Give me a
pull
fitness
Laugh up
security.
around.
Oh, give me a fitness
That-
security. Difficulty
not a-
2.
Not a flip, but just
Fitness
wheel
security.
to wheel him around. Yeah.
Fitness security.
All right.
Thanks, Dr. Ike, for having a regular name.
I just like seeing you fail to pronounce every name that I give my characters.
Every time, like clockwork. it is a meme. It is definitely a meme. You love to see it. All right.
All right. Here we go. Oops. Submit.
Oh, so
Oh,
Lieutenant
no.
Junior Grade Batava. You are Batadva. You are flipped around and
swung around,
not
I guess.
necessarily pinned, but you were like held in an aggressive stance. Lieutenant Krieg, you instantaneously recognize your companion. You recognize your crewmate, I suppose, and I'd like to give you 2 a moment together.
Yes.
As security is
He'll
looking
let
your
go
way
of
as
me.
well.
He'll let go of me and say, "Forgive me, Batva. It seems the structural integrity of my duffel bag was insufficient to withstand first contact with a Bajoran teenager."
Do you need some help getting everything back together?
Thank you. And he's pulling, trying to gather things around and arrange the duffel bag. So, I guess he just turns it upside down so the hole is towards the top and put everything in. He says, "But I cannot be too angry at this child. I myself, on my home planet, I engaged in this sort of activity as well."
You say that line, it's about this time you realize that something is missing.
It's the plants. He's just,
Seeds.
it seems that something was missing. One of my personal items.
What does it look like? I can try and help you look for it real quick. We've got we maybe don't have time,
Yes.
but maybe we have time.
It is a wooden box. It contains certain seeds. and he'll rattle off the different types of plants. He says, perhaps our tricorders might be able to track them down on the station based on their signature.
Yeah. Give me your tricorder real quick.
You'll hand the tricorder over.
I would like to, I guess, make an engineering check to see if I can specifically tune it to plants, to seeds.
I think that's more of a science check, personally. But sell me on it. Sell me on it, Lieutenant General Batava.
No, I don't know that I can sell you on it. I think you're right about it being a science check, but
well, how convenient.
oh right, well here, look. Some of the plants are toxic or let off certain scents, even in seed form.
All right.
Yeah.
So medical.
Yeah. Yep. Then I can maybe tune the scanner to that specific.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're really weird space plants and they let off a frequency.
I think you're full of shit. Oh, that's where we're at. No. But I think it's a great moment to introduce none other than Ensign Evold. Is it right? Yeah, perfect. Where you're also going to run into your crew standing in the promenade. There is now that flow, and when people stop in the middle of the flow, and there's this kind of little bubble in traffic, and you guys are standing there, and people are just they've naturally started to form around you because you've become this rock in the river, right? So you are moving with the flow towards Quarks, and you're like, oh, hey, I know those guys. And do you stop, or do you keep going?
How big a scene are they making? Are people starting to pay attention to the big Klingon and the little not Klingon standing in the middle of the wave, talking to each other?
Two of the security personnel are watching them with some interest.
In which case, Delora's gonna essentially do that thing that you do when you're trying to usher people along, but you don't want to give away that you know them, which is oh, hey, let's just keep moving. Let's keep it moving, people. And so he just takes them both by the shoulder and starts to gently usher them toward Quarks. Hey, holding up progress, you guys.
I love it.
We're supposed to be subtle. Okay,
science
so
waits for no one.
Yes.
Well, then take it to the side of the aisle. People are trying to move here, and then he'll just keep going to Quarks.
That's brilliant.
I'm gonna keep fiddling with the tricorder. I guess I would like to argue for medicine over science, since you won't let me do engineering.
Well, I mean, you didn't give me a good reason. You were like, blah, 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 toxins. I'm science, medicine, science, medicine. So or if you've been they're nanite plants, I've been engineering, but you didn't. So
I don't know.
You get nothing.
Plants.
You get
I don't
nothing.
Want to dictate to Krieg what his plants are.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
Are the security personnel still paying attention to them, and are the two security personnel together?
At that point, no. You know how there's the upper story, and you've got the personnel up in the upper story, and they were looking down. Two of them were looking down from opposite sides. As you usher them along, their vision, their gazes just start to scan the crowd again. Yeah, it seems to have worked.
All right, here's my argument for engineering. The wooden box it's in, there has to be something holding the wood together. That could be a very specific type of metal that comes from Krieg's homeworld and would probably be more rare here near Bajor.
I'll allow it.
Yes.
That's good. I like that. I can't argue with that. Yes, that's engineering. Good job. It seems a little sciencey to me. I'm so combative tonight.
Engineering, what attribute would you argue?
Control, because you're working with the tricorder, yeah.
Cool.
Missed you guys.
We don't have any momentum, do we?
We've won. We have a momentum.
Difficulty on this is going to be a 3. Because it is a small container, and because wherever it went, it's probably moving away quickly.
Plus, she's scanning the station for magnets.
Sassy Wolf's your default. You're not wrong.
I would like to use that momentum since we have it to roll a third d20.
Done. Spent.
And
Can't take it back now.
yeah.
So it's also showing other people are only like one person's in the game, so it's not just me. Roll20's
Yeah, I
being-
only see symbol.
Yeah, Roll20's
Yeah.
being weird.
Yeah.
Nice.
I only see
Damn it.
Brian.
You failed.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
you start
Yep.
to scan, and there's just a lot of interference. All right. And wow, this is going great. There's
We
just
haven't
a lot
made a
of
check yet.
there's just a lot of interference, and you get nothing. Unfortunately, not a thing. Lieutenant
Mm.
Krieg,
that-
here
I
is. I'm gonna
haven't-
spend 2 threat. I've already spent
Mhm.
5 tonight, which is exciting. I only start with 10, so that's interesting. But I'm gonna spend another 2 threat. There was a seed in there, a couple of seeds that are maybe a little bit more on the toxic dangerous side,
Ooh.
and
Excuse me, we prefer the term exotic.
they're very exotic, and you know, if not handled properly, could have some problems happen. You know, they're
I'm,
a little
I'm worried
dangerous.
about the boy. The Sotraxian fern seeds have a high concentration of dalsomite within them. If you should chew of them or touch his face after handling it, well,
Oh,
would
yeah.
be very ill.
Yeah, that's bad.
Also very contagious. Once you
Let
become
us
ill.
see if we can narrow our search of the tricorder for dalsomite. He's gonna. Can he try and scan
Sure.
specifically for the
Yeah.
Sotraxian fern seeds?
I like it.
Um,
Freaking nerd. I love it. It's so good.
I just made
What a-
those up.
I love it.
What a bunch of
I-
beautiful
I
nerds.
was sold. I was sold like Fatraxian
You
fern
nerds
seeds.
so much.
Oh, and I do have a focus in botany.
Done.
Could I apply that?
Fatraxian fern seeds. Highly toxic. If ingested or skin touched.
So would that be? Is it control because I'm operating the tricorder, or is it
Correct.
insight?
Control.
Control science. Here we go.
Or tuning it. Difficulty of 3 as well.
Ooh. And do we have a momentum?
No, but you can always give me
No.
threat.
I'll give you threat.
How much would you like to
'Cause-
give me?
I'll give you 1 threat.
I think you should give me 3.
You would think that, yes.
Luckily, it doesn't matter what you think.
Well, I can offer opinions and suggestions.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, he comes through in the clutch.
Oh, nice.
Your tricorder starts to go a da-dink, da-dink, da-dink as you pick it up, and as fate would have it, it is in the direction of Quarks. In fact, the signal is coming from dun 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 inside Quarks
Inside.
itself. Yes, it is.
Uh,
What a twist.
Yeah.
What a twist.
Krieg shows Badatva the tricorder readings and just kind of
See, it is a hard name, right? It's not just me,
yes.
right?
It's a real name. It's not my fault
Made
that
it up.
none of you can pronounce it. Apparently,
You gotta use real names, right?
It's a beautiful name.
Red-blooded American names.
Let
John or Scott, Adam.
us
Barbara.
find the boy.
Could have been Lieutenant Junior Grade Barbara. I could have said that.
Hi,
no.
I'm a Klingon. My name's Tim.
My name's Tim.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim. How
Some
you doing, buddy?
call me Tim.
Tim. That's so good. All right. So you're
There.
picking it up. And
I
I
changed
think...
it. I'm Ensign Evan Dennis. Is that better?
Stop that. Stop that. I like it, but stop that. Bring your regular name back, Ensign Bajoran. All right. Good. All right. All right. So we're going to come back now to Quarks, where walking in a couple of moments before Ensign Avold will be entering is none other than a man of the hour, Dr. Ike. Dr. Ike, you have also arrived at Quarks. So take a moment to describe your character Corky, Mr. Non-Corky, Mr. Ike, I should say.
He's tall, all black eyes, like a Bajoran. He's got kind of a skater cut kind of thing, short ponytail with the sides and back shaved. He's just in nondescript clothing, came in rather nondescriptly, and managed, not to make a scene or get robbed or anything. So, there's that.
No critique.
Wow, that's that is good. That is really good.
Aggressive.
That's good for you. As you are entering in, you feel someone bump into you, but they quickly move past you. If you do a quick check of your things, it's all there. All of your things
Do
are
I
there.
detect anything telepathically?
Ooh, interesting. This is not a child. This is not a young man. This is an adult who looks human. Like, he looks human, right? And you are a telepath, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me
Betazoid.
Give me an insight. Give me an insight medicine. Difficulty of 2. See if you can get into his brain real quick.
We don't have any momentum, right?
You could always give me a threat.
I could.
Love my threat.
You too.
Delicious.
Telepaths. Just double checking my talents. Okay, that's all medic stuff. All right. Let's see. Would my focus of conflict resolution work?
I'll allow it. If you give me a threat. No, I'm just kidding. You can, yeah. Fine. Ooh. And you get a momentum. Look at you. You're good. So you manage to open a window into this guy's mind. And usually when you are you a full telepath to where you can like hear thoughts and everything?
Yeah.
Right. Usually
yeah, he's like Luoxana Troy level. Well, not like
Brilliant.
her. Yeah.
Brilliant. So it's like for you when you get into someone's mind, it's like you walked up, you open a window, and you stuck your head in and you hear a conversation, right? Usually when that happens, you'll hear, oh man, I really shouldn't have said that to her, or oh man, I really hope I get that promotion, or you'll hear these kind of like passing thoughts, much like the thoughts we have in our own mind. With this particular individual, you open the window and there's silence. Dead silence. Just like you walked into an empty room that was filled with that weird sound cutting foam. You know those like zero like silence rooms? It's like that. That is absolute silence. So much that it's almost a little jarring. I'm gonna have you give me a fitness medicine, because it is so jarring that like it almost stops you short. If you have any sort of like endurance or like composure or anything like that, that would give you a focus. It's a difficulty 3 on this one. It's very jarring.
Yeah, I've got like emergency medicine, conflict resolution, Aikido, doctor, infiltration, and persuasion. I don't think any of those work.
I don't think any of those would work, unfortunately. So
yeah.
Check.
Okay. Medicine.
Bum, bum, bum. Yikes. All right. What are you holding in your hands?
Just like the strap of a
So you have
kind of more like a messenger bag than a duffel bag.
You have like a messenger bag on your shoulder. You peer into his mind. You see this silent dark room, it jars you to where you stumble and your bag starts to fall, but luckily a certain Ensign Elvold is right there again because apparently you're just saving everybody to catch you from falling over into the bar.
He's good at his job.
I'm going to give you two a moment as you both recognize each other. As you start to regain composure, Dr. Ike, you look for that man who I want you to think like Agent 47 to where he kind of always looks like everybody else. He just blends in, right? Like in the game he does. In actual reality, he's pretty much stands out, right? He's a bald guy with a freaking barcode on the back of his head, but I digress.
Mhm.
But it's like that thing where it's like you look at him and he kind of just looked like One Punch Man, like nobody. Like he's just a very blank face. And you look though, and he's gone. You don't see him anymore. He's vanished. Like he was there and now he's gone. You can even reach out with your mind and you don't feel him. But Ensign Elvold, you have just helped Dr. Ike not fall into the bar and probably break their hip. So take it away, gentlemen, for a moment.
Whoa, you all right there, friend?
Yes. Sorry, it just had a moment.
Well,
Thank you
here,
for your assistance. Can I let me buy you a drink?
Sure. I'd be delighted.
He kind of shakes things off and then gets a big grin on his face, puts his arm around you and starts like telling you a story about something that happened on the shuttle on the way here, and goes up to the bar and orders a drink.
So, Commander Rowe, you've been waiting for your team to arrive. Dr. Ike had been sitting at a table for a while, got up, left for a bit, returned, had his little duffel bag on him. You just watch the scene unfold. And as you are watching the scene unfold, you blink, and there was no one sitting. So I want you to imagine those like circular tables they have, and then there's like the like bar, like the little like the big booth that you can sit on. You blink, you're looking at them, you see them go towards the bar, you blink again, and you feel someone sitting next to you. And that man that I described, that sort of kind of looks generic like everyone else, is now sitting next to you, drinking drinking his hand, multicolored, like a bright blue drink, all right? And he is dressed in not black clothing, but I want you to think like browns, tans. He almost seems to blend in with like wherever he sits. He blends in. You almost have to like blink to look at him and then blink again and you're like, "Oh no, wait, he's there. He's a real person. He exists." And he is sitting there and he's watching this scene unfold between Ensign Elvold and Dr. Ike. And he leans over and he gives you just a very short, curt nod. And then he says a single word. He says outcome. And you would know that the response, code name response, is of expectation.
Take a slow sip of expectation, as if, normal stuff to say, to do.
Your team is a bit... You choose on the word for a second, hesitating, and this is a very whispered, very hushed conversation. They're a bit loud.
If you wanted subtle, you should have taken the Vulcans team.
Vulcans don't know how to think outside the box. People walk by, he lifts a drink, he slaps you on the shoulder, he starts to like chuckle to himself as though a joke was just said, sips the drink, sets it down. How much do you know about why you've been brought here?
Nothing.
Well, we're losing this war. Dominion is... Their ability to surprise, their ability to deceive us is unparalleled to any enemy we've ever faced before.
As he's saying things about the Dominion, the drink starts to shift slowly, as if he's crisping his hand a little bit.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Like that. That is why your mission is of so much vital importance. We have managed to track for lack of a better word, a spy who's been operating on Deep Space Nine. We know that this spy is due to leave the station sometime within the next 24 hours. What we need is for your team to track them, find out what ship or device they're using to get off, and replace them with yourselves. Travel into the Gamma Quadrant. Once there, your mission, you're going to steal a Dominion ship that we can break it down, analyze it, start to finally understand our enemy. As everyone takes a drink, I like it. Murmur of the bar.
Bravo.
Bravo! Ah! Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's Quarks! Ah!
Do you have the information on the target?
He reaches into his lapel and he pulls out a very small data pad and he sets it on the table, his hand flat. It is small enough to where he can palm it. So he sets it down and he scans the crowd for a second, make sure that no one's looking. And then he slides it across to you. And as he does so, he lifts his hand so that your hand can go over top of it and then slide it into your own pocket. All the information we have.
The hand with the drink lands on it, slides it over slowly.
Nice.
Picks up the drink. There's no tablet under the drink.
Love it. Everything we have on the man, even as a man, is on that data disk. You won't see me again. But should you need me, should you need assistance or exfiltration, you know what to say. You know where to send it. We'll do our best to get you out, but once you leave the station, you and your team are on your own, and I want to be very clear. That means truly on your own.
You came to me for a reason.
Yes, we did. Because we know that you and your team are the right men and women for the mission. Good luck, Commander. He raises his glass. Someone else screams Davo in the background. Maybe play a few games. Good luck. And then the man gets up and he exits. And as he exits, he is walking, and you see a young boy who has a very curious looking box in his hand. He's like playing with it, and he bumps into the man. All right, and as he bumps into the man, the box spills open. All right, and a little bit of some seeds fall out. All right, and this man is like, "Oh, you dropped it," and he helps him pick up some of the seeds, and then he touches his face, and then he walks off, and that's probably fine. And the child's like, "Hey, watch where you're going, mister," and he walks off, and I'm sure he'll be fine. But we'll see what happens.
Exactly our mission.
Mission
Terminate
successful.
the contact.
Terminate the contact. So there's no loose ends. Wow, that's not the mission, but I guess it is now.
It could be the
Isn't it?
mission.
I don't think that's not good. That's bad. Oh boy. All right. Well, you have your mission, Commander Rowe, and you also have a team. As the rest of the team arrives at the bar, and you guys can sit at various places, but your team is here. Team is here.
So, as was determined earlier, that when we had our orders, I get up, I go over to the double table with a few sticks of latinum and start playing around. And everybody should be joining me shortly. And when we're out of money, that's when we go to the pre-registered quarters.
I like it.
I look over. I'm still kind of holding court a little bit, just telling a story. And when I see him go over to the Dabo table, I'm like, "Fancy a spin?"
You go ahead. I'm gonna finish my drink, and maybe I'll see you over there.
And then as you head over there, Krieg comes up, I think with Batadva, if that's okay with you, and to say, Evold, we require your assistance finding a young boy with a wooden box.
You're so bad at this spy shit.
Before he hurts himself.
What?
Give me your tricorder.
Yeah.
Krieg.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fuss with it again.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah, I'm not a local. I can't help you find a young boy, Klingon man. What are you doing?
There's a young boy who is stolen some seeds that are poisonous. I'd like to find him before he...
Why do you have poisonous seeds? What?
Science, my friend. Science.
Oh, okay. But Adva, what are we looking for?
Our Betazoid mail.
So Traxian fern seeds, are you this? Give me your tricorder. I think I know how to program it to find those.
I'm not carrying my tricorder. We're not
Not
supposed to
you,
look Starfleet.
Krieg.
Yes, here you are. He hands the tricorder over.
All right.
I understand the need for...
Oh!
Dulcimate.
Quark is watching the Dabo table with great interest because there's been a lot of
Whoa!
Dabo wins, and he's not happy. Oh.
Krieg, go to the Dabo table.
Very well.
We'll find your seeds. And then he sidles up to Batadva and he's like,
Find
"So,
the
can
boy.
I buy you a drink, miss?"
What? Oh. Yeah. Yes.
Whatever the lady's having on the doctor's tab.
Yes, of course. Only the finest at Quarks. I don't know.
Why is your Ferengi just meh?
That's what they sound like.
That's what they
Because
sound like.
Wolf only saw the TNG Ferengi.
I did.
He already admitted it. He
Yep.
already admitted
Quarks,
it.
man.
We are the Ferengi.
They're like weird gangsters. They're like space gangsters. Yeah.
No,
Originally,
Zed.
they were kind
you
of
meant Zed.
Well, he was a weird space gangster. It was the thing. I'm good.
So, what
Bring it
brings you to Deep Space Nine? Have you got any interest in maybe some seeds? He says, making the easiest pickup line possible, while also giving you an opportunity to tell him about the seeds you're searching for.
Oh yes, I'm from an agriculture colony world. I've got an interest in Sotraxian fern seeds.
Oh, well, have you considered maybe there would be some on the station? Sotraxian ferns tend to have a micro gravitational pull, So you might perhaps scan for microgravitic radiation bubbles, which would, indicate that they exist, and maybe give you an ability to lock down on them. Listen, I really studied up in my. I'm trying to get into Starfleet,
Ozar here could get you some Praxian seeds real cheap. Only 2 bars of platinum. The bartender says.
Oh, hey, wow.
Really, they're I didn't think I'd find them that easily here.
Well,
They're not from this this part of the quadrant.
of course, but Bozar can get anything from anywhere.
I'm fiddling with the tricorder to scan for.
Hey, bartender! I haven't had a free fill in 5 minutes. Give me a drink. Bozar's coming! And he's gonna run off. They also talk about themselves in the third person in my headcanon, so it's fine.
I mean, that's fine.
It works. All right, moving on.
All right, let's try this engineering control engineering check
easier.
again,
It's
please.
gonna be a difficulty of 2. And it's very close. Like, you can see on the scanner, like, you picked him up, right? You're just trying to, like, triangulate it.
All right. I am wondering if my focus of toxicology would come in handy here.
I will allow it.
Because they are toxic seeds.
Yes, it would be.
Cool.
Dabo!
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
The dice love you.
Why
guys.
have my dice not figured out that this is low rolls, not high rolls?
That was a control engineering, right?
Yes.
Because I themed them to be gravitic, could I have exotic spatial phenomena as a focus?
You know what, Brian? Because you have a fantastic beard and I love you. No. I mean, yes, it's fine. You can. It's good, yeah.
That didn't matter.
Wow.
I rolled a 19.
Wow. That's
We both
harsh.
rolled real high.
You know they were in here a while ago, but it seems that you've lost the signal and they're gone. There is a sudden shout from the promenade, and you hear someone scream, "Oh God, someone call a doctor. He's convulsing. Why is there, oh God, he's foaming at the mouth. Oh God, his eyes are bleeding. Someone get a doctor, please."
I look at the commander and raise an eyebrow. Am I a doctor?
Slow.
Just commanders, just a slight no. Nope.
Okay.
That sounds like dulcimite poisoning.
It absolutely does. Oh God!
Very quietly.
Oh, his face is melting off. It's horrible.
I think we found your seeds.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can do anything about it.
Yeah. Problem.
And then the ensign raises his voice and he's like, "So, I guess you wouldn't have any interest in any seeds of mine, huh? Now slap me."
Yeah. You get slapped for real.
I mean, I hope so.
No, like it's not a pulled.
Oh
it's
no,
not
I'm
pulled.
aware.
Yep.
And he holds his face. He's like, "Oh, that, man, I tell you, women these days." And he storms out of Quarks to go check out what's going on with the goddamn seeds outside.
So, that man that I described earlier is dying, and by the time you get there, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like his face is all mottled. He's foaming at the mouth. There's like blood coming out of his nose. It's a very quick death. Why Lieutenant Krieg thought this was a good idea to bring them along, I'll never know, especially in a container that was so easily knocked open. But, hey, half Klingons, what can we say? It's
there's steam coming out of Rose's head at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
She's like red, and he's like gonna kill somebody.
In my defense, they're not
Dabo!
poisonous to Klingons.
They're not poisonous
Klingons,
Klingons.
that's
That in its defense. Every other race, they're most other races, they're hyper volatile. Humans, Bajorans, Betazoids, like everyone. It's bad. It's
Ferengi.
Ferengi. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Hyper toxic. Yeah. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame. But he is that man is dead. Who is also your contact.
Yeah, I do a whole.
I like
do a
that.
whole circuit. I do a whole circuit around
Symbol. I like that.
promenade, and swing back.
Yeah. That man is dead. And everyone's like, who is this guy? How he doesn't have any identification on him. Oh man, I wonder if he was a spy. Oh god, they could have infiltrated us. Who was he talking to? What's going on? Oh, and just chaos is starting to ensue in the promenade. And security's being called. Like, who is this man last seen talking with? Like, what's going on? Where did he come out of? Oh, he came out of Quarks? Of course, the Ferengi's bar is where all this chaos is happening. That man. And the security officer, what's his name on Odo is like gathering some security personnel to come like investigate the Quarks. So what do you guys want to do? You've won a lot of money, Ro, and Quark is glaring at you.
I with my communicator mounted on my wrist, I give it the 3 taps of like it buzzes the commanders, and then I just scratch my face and I'm like, security incoming, rendezvous B.
With that message, Ro removes the device, picks up his winnings, walks over to the bar, and just looks around at the Ferengis and is like, who is the proprietor of this establishment?
Well, I am. My name is Quark.
That is an amazing Quark, and I love it.
Yes.
Sir,
I see you have the gift of luck. Quark.
I believe this is yours, or it could be mine for a small exchange, and I slide over the device.
Oh. Quark looks at it, thinks about it. How much? Quark.
We have 32 plates of latinum here. Thinks it's a fair market price.
25.
I don't think you understand.
30 and not a bar higher.
He takes the 2 bars, looks at them, and gives them to the patron next to him. 30 it is. And just leaves with his money.
He scoops up the device.
So Krieg is slightly disobeying orders. He's not going to that point B just yet.
Ooh, I like it.
He knows the kid was in here.
He was.
He really wants to find that kid before the kid
Hurts anyone
also
else?
suffers this fate. So he's doing one last search of Quarks to see if he can find him in some corner.
Control security, difficulty of 2.
And I will give you 3 threat.
Oh, I love it!
Lord.
I'm going to take that 3 threat and spend it right away.
Life
I'm going
is
to
at
increase your
stake.
complication range to 18 to 20. Kiss. You love to see it. You'll love to
So
see
in
it.
this case, is it possible for me to search without the tricorder? Or
Yeah,
just,
you're just searching. That's why I was doing
so would
presence
that be
security.
oh,
Or insight.
presence
Insight
or
security
insight?
makes it. Yeah, insight security.
All right, insight security.
So, what do you have? Daring? Is your daring higher?
No.
Okay,
My
insight then.
is higher.
Go insight. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
That was such a good moment, Symbol.
since I am searching for no, that wouldn't count. I was gonna say xenoanthropology. Since I'm searching
That's
for...
a stretch, Charles.
You're
That is
right,
a
you're right,
stretch.
you're right.
0 out of 10, sir. This
All right.
motherfucker. Oh, coming through in the clutch. That's 2 momentum back to you guys. Absolutely fantastic.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
All righty then. Hey, So you're searching. You scan the bar once. You scan the bar twice, and that's when you notice that there is a back room, and there's a There's like a little a window door kind of thing. You can see through it, and you look in, and that kid is back there with a couple other children, like going through the box, and they all look kind of disappointed because it's a box of seeds.
Right.
The
So-
bag that has the Xananthum, is that what we called it?
So Traxian
The Traxian fern seeds is
Uh-huh.
like in the box. It's open, but it's
Right.
like they haven't gotten to it yet, but they're about to. So you could
So,
burst in if
yeah.
you want to.
Yeah, Krieg's gonna burst in quickly and reach out and with his hand, close the
Yeah.
lid.
They go,
of the
oh
box.
crap, it's the fuzz! And they scatter like rats.
Right. He'd like to try and grab the boy.
You grab him. Done.
All right.
He's like, oh man,
Right.
crap. Oh,
And he pulls him in.
oh,
And he says,
please don't
Have
eat
you
me.
ever- he says,
I don't want to be turned into gach.
have you ever seen what contact to Sotraxian fern seeds can do to a young Bajoran?
No.
Then I suggest you go outside in the hallway in front of Quarks of the promenade and see for yourself.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps that will be a lesson for you against stealing things that you know nothing
Please,
about.
please don't kill me. I don't want to die.
And then he'll let him go.
Oh my god. And he runs off. He goes, oh my god, his face is gone. And then he runs.
If I
And
can,
he'll try and
Ruth?
gather all
Yes,
these. Yeah,
Ro,
yeah,
you
go
may.
ahead. Yeah.
So I go to where the officers are around the body, and I just look one up and say, "May I speak to the officer in charge of this incident?"
I can't do an Odo. I don't know. I can hear his voice in my head. It's, I am Odo. I am the chief of
Odo?
security on this station.
Very well. I think you will find a Klingon within Quark's establishment in possession of some exotic Zetaxian fern seeds. I think they, although not technically illegal, they might be the cause of this poor man's fate.
And how precisely did you come to know this information, Mr.
I am Ro Gorgic. I was, as you may see, at the double table when I saw the Klingon bump into a small child and drop a box of seeds.
And how precisely did this man here come in contact with those seeds?
He helped scoop the seeds in to the container, I believe.
Odo like clicks his tongue, kind of thing, and he narrows his eyes at you, and there is a you can tell that he's not really buying it, right? Does it not seem odd that a man carrying highly toxic seeds would not make mention to someone helping him not to touch those seeds?
I was too far away to hear any conversation, as I was, as you can see again, winning at the double table.
He looks down at your bars of latinum in your hand that you're like holding on to, right? Or maybe you have a bag, I don't know. But
No, I'm literally just holding on. I have no bags whatsoever.
He goes, which I think is something Odo did. He made like, right?
Yep.
Where precisely are you staying, Mr. Rowe?
I give a room that I rented on my real name, not the actual place where we're supposed to meet.
Security may have further questions for you. Make sure you make yourself available should those questions arise.
Well, unfortunately, I will only be staying here for the next 24 hours or so, but
we'll
you may
contact you before then.
Very well.
Do take care, Mr. Rowe. Ensign, Lieutenant, with me. He marches off towards Quarks, and Lieutenant Krieg. You are going to be walking out of Quarks, and you will see a very angry-looking Odo flanked by two security personnel. dressed in red, that are looking for a man with a box. Hey,
Yeah.
you're a man with a box,
Right. Yes.
A Klingon
Oh,
with a box.
and you're a Klingon man with
That's right.
with a box. That's wow. Your commander just threw you under the bus. Do you have a backup character? So that's fun. That is savage, by the way, and I love to see it. So he's gonna scan. So you got a couple options here, Lieutenant Krieg.
Yeah.
You could attempt to slip away. You could simply approach them, but I want to give you a chance to determine how you'd like to handle this situation. Right?
Yeah. He's gonna go right up to Odo.
Oh.
He's gonna say, "Ah, you are Constable Odo. Yes, I've heard of you.
Yes, I am quite well known aboard this station. What precisely is in that box you're holding, Mr.
Krieg is my
Mr. Krieg?
name. I'm a botanist by trade. Within the box are a wide assortment of rare seeds from different planets. One of them, unfortunately, is quite toxic. As you can see, a small, a Bajoran urchin. And I show the duffel bag where it's been slit.
He looks at it.
Took it upon himself to steal this from me. I found them in the back room there and grabbed the box from them with several of the children scattered.
Odo narrows his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So when precisely did you... When was the box dropped, then?
I did not drop the box. It was stolen from me in the hallway. After which time I scanned for the Sotraxian seeds.
Odo narrows his eyes, looks over his shoulder to one of the ensign, and he says, "Ensign, do me a favor, and please track down Mr. Rowe." "Yes, sir." He turns and he goes to look for Mr. Rowe. He turns back to Lieutenant Krieg. "Mr. Krieg, I'm going to ask you to come with us to the security offices for some questioning, if you don't mind."
Very well. I trust that you would not mind me questioning you yourself. After all, you are the first of your species that I have ever encountered.
He narrows his eyes at you and is like,
Forgive me, but it is the scientist in me. Have you ever been to Sherman's planet?
"Lieutenant, escort this man to security, please." Yes.
Ike slides up, just casual as can be,
This is going so
and
well, by the way.
yeah.
We can call this
Don't you think
this
you're being-
episode Seeds of Adventure.
Outcome of expectation. I expected it to be in a clusterfuck, and it was. That was actually really funny. Seeds of Adventure. That's episode 2. We have the name, Seeds of Adventure.
Mhm.
That is episode 2. We have it. That's, yep, I'm writing that down. Seeds of Adventure.
Don't you think you're being a little harsh, Constable? This man hasn't done anything really wrong.
Harsh, sir? This man brought highly toxic seeds aboard the station, and an uncontained box, allowed himself to be robbed by some of the local street urchins, and now a man is dead. I don't think I'm being
guess-
very harsh. I think I'm being rather understanding, given the circumstances.
I agree to all of this, but the Sotraxian seeds are not a controlled substance.
And they were secured within his bag in a box. The box was secured. Isn't that right?
Indeed, it was.
So I think just throwing it out there, I think you might be coming on a little too strong.
And what is your name?
And I'm gonna make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I like it. Presence, be presence command.
Okay.
Difficulty of like 20. It's fucking Odo. What do you want from me here?
I do have a focus of persuasion. I'm a telepath, and one of my values is that I am a social animal.
All right, now do remember that you cannot get into changelings' minds, right? They are immune to betazoid telepathy. All right, I do know that much. All right, I did a little bit of research, so there you go. But all right, so realistically, this is Odo, right? Like he's a main character. Okay, I want to make this check difficult, but I also don't want to be a dick. Okay, so we're gonna set it at a reasonable 4. All right.
Okay,
I think that's fair considering that it's Odo. All right.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's fair.
You know what, Charlie?
Yeah.
You miss every shot you don't take.
You 100% do. I love how this has turned into an absolute clusterfuck, and I've done nothing other than just exist. You guys have done this all yourself, and it's beautiful.
Oh, if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna fuck off.
There
But
you go.
you know, he's got to give it a shot.
Okay, how many you threat, momentum? What are we doing here?
Do we have momentum?
2.
2?
Mhm.
Spend 2, give me a threat.
Yeah, I will.
We'll eat that threat. I'll hold on to it for later because I don't feel like I need to really fuck you guys over right now. I think you're doing fine yourself. I love the story that Ro told, and then instantaneously, Lieutenant Krieg's like, "Ah, I didn't even have the box," and then Odo's like, I'm being lied to. Interesting.
In my defense, I didn't hear what the story.
No, you didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what? That is what? What? What just happened?
Excellent. Just great.
Man, this is not D&D, guys. This is not Pathfinder. You gotta roll low. Come on.
Like, is my bad luck from the Power Rangers game rubbing off on this system now? Like, what's going on?
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I love everything that's
Can
happened.
as this fails, can I and the security guard? Well, can the security guard bring me back at that time?
Do you want to be found? Like, are you?
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally
okay.
not.
He's gonna grab. He's not grabbed you, but he's like escorted you over. Odo's like sees you, sees Dr. Ike. He goes, "I am chief of security of this station. And I will be bringing this man in for questioning. Unless you wish to come as well, leave." Odo is so angry. That's
I
all
was
I know
just
about
bringing
Odo.
up an idea, man.
Very angry man. Mr. Rowe,
Also,
please.
he doesn't. The Latinum's gone. It's been handed out to every like Bajoran he saw.
Yeah, no, Latinum. Love
Yep,
it.
just hand out the Latinum.
Yeah, very subtle.
Mr. Rowe, would you do me the honor of explaining to me why you described a scene between Mr. Krieg here, the now deceased man, that never took place?
Mr. Odo, may I have a moment of your time alone?
Lieutenant Ensign, make sure that none of them leave. And he specifically looks at Dr. Ike and also at Lieutenant Krieg, and then he steps aside with Mr. Rowe. A moment.
May we use your office?
You have to say, it can be said here.
I assure you, it cannot.
Give me a
Want me to persuade him? Because I can persuade him.
Give me a persuade. Yeah, it's gonna
So,
be a little easier.
With a lot of composure. All right.
Oh, I like the way that you yes, you may use composure. Yes. Okay, difficulty of 3 on this one. Because you're still going to his office where he wants to take people to interrogate them.
Do we have momentum?
Nope.
Or is it nope? Okay.
You do
so
not.
Yes, you get a threat.
Just 1? Not 3?
Just one.
Come on. You need it. Eat the dice. Come on.
Don't be greedy.
I'm not greedy. I've been seeing these rolls. All right. I'm fearful for you guys. I'm trying to help.
That's actually fair.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, in the clutch. This fucking. Oh. Get fucked, Wolf. Get fucked. Oh, that's good. That's good. That is good. I can see he built him to be the leader. That's brilliant. Fucking yeah, man. Wow. Fuck me. All right. So Quark does that Quark, but Odo does that thing where he's just like, very well. With me, Ensign, bring Mr. Krieg and that one as well. And he points to Dr. Ike, and the three of them are escorted off towards Odo's office, leaving Lieutenant Junior Greg Batava, and Ensign Ovold in Quark's alone. This is going swimmingly.
So while we're walking, I take out a effusion data pad and send a message to their effusion data pads that do not worry and go to the rendezvous point as discussed. We will be there shortly.
Ooh. What do you guys do?
In Odo's?
Well,
no,
no,
I'm talking to
the other ones.
Yeah, the two that are not in trouble.
Yeah.
Did I understand correctly that the device that has all the information about the mission that we want is in Quark's?
No, it's on me.
On him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, he gave a different device to Quark. It was whatever was letting him win at the Dabo.
Yeah, sorry. I put a
he had a secret cheating device that was making him win a Dabo. Yeah, and he sold it to Quark.
So I have very stealthily hidden the tricorder that I took from Krieg. And have been watching this whole thing play out.
Get a message that says meet at the rendezvous point.
Okay. I am going to finish my drink like a normal person and head to the rendezvous point.
Bozar here. Would you are you still interested in those seeds? Or any other seeds?
Oh boy.
I toss what's left of my drink in his face and leave. Problem solved.
Dabo!
Problem solved.
You're brilliant. All right, so you pike off. That's good. And then
yeah, I leave complaining about harassment. There we go. I'm a
no, I was talking about regular seeds, not anything inappropriate. What? She asked for seeds. Quark starts yelling at his employee. Damn it, Bozo! We've talked about this. Can't keep scaring off customers. Quarks. What about Ensign Elbold? What are you doing?
Rendezvous B is on the habitat ring, so I'm trying to make my way there.
Okay.
As stealthily as possible, as casually as possible, honestly.
Yeah. You are moving as casually as possible, and you are like walking and you're like scanning the crowd, you're doing your thing, and you can't shake the feeling like you're being followed. Like you're being, like there's someone tailing you. Maybe it's in your head, maybe not, but there's something that says someone is tailing me. And I'd like you to give a, what do we use for perception check? Like presence security is what I would say.
Would it be insight?
Insight security. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Don't change it. I'm way better at presence than I am at insight.
I'm in presence.
I'll let you do presence. That's fine. I could argue both. Like you have the presence of mind to like be looking around, or like you're insightful to the people following you. I could argue either one.
I have a focus in espionage.
Done.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty on this one's going to be a 2.
Okay.
Oh! Suddenly I see Mimi.
Nope.
Hey, it's probably all in your head. I wouldn't worry about it.
That's not what I would do.
Okay. What would you do?
If I can't confirm, I am going to, because I know that if I lead somebody to rendezvous B, there is no rendezvous C. So I am going to duck into one of the lifts to a runabout pad, which I happen to know has like a it lifts straight up into space, and there's no runabout. I make sure there's no runabout there, and then I raise it. I'll try to raise it, and then I want to get into the mechanism and then drop underneath, so that I am in the works,
Yeah.
essentially.
As you do that, because I think that's fucking awesome, like 30 seconds later, you hear heavy footsteps on the platform above you, and it's very obvious that someone is searching. They search for about a minute. You hear like the clang, 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 clang. About 60 seconds later, a minute later, clang, 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 they move off. How long do you wait?
I tap my comm badge.
Okay.
The tap that will signal Bat Adva, and then I since I'm already laying in a dark area, I'm just like security compromised. I will make a change and rendezvous be still on, and then boop.
Love that. Love that. Love that.
So
Love
I
that.
spend about, I want to say I spend about 20 minutes in here.
Yes. Can Ro arrive with the security officer just after this ends? Well, his
Yeah, that was to say that I wanted to arrive when Drew was failing his role.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's why I said
oh, yes.
it
Okay,
instead
good.
of
You said
waiting
anything.
for
That's good. Yeah. No, you're good. Okay, so that actually worked. Perfect. Okay, excellent. So, very good. That happens. Ensign Elvold. Discord. All right, perfect. All right, and yeah. Okay, and perfect. We're gonna go over to Odo's office, his security office. This is his office is in pretty good shape, right? Like, because this is like later in DS9 where like everything's been fixed, the station's been like kind of put together a little bit better, etc. And he's got a pretty nice office, okay? And he's got the three of you, including Dr. Ike, who maybe he just doesn't like. We don't know. I mean, he just got you there, and Ike's just like, whatever, man. And he's like, Commander? Not Commander. Sorry, he's not your commander. Mr. Rowe, explain yourself. Are in my office. We are alone.
So I take out the Fusion data pad again, put my thumb on the ident, and show that the diplomatic papers with full immunity throughout Bajoran space.
He takes the data pad. He reads it.
I
Looks
am
up at
terribly
you.
sorry for the complications and grievances that my team and myself have brought onto your station. The situation needed a small, as I look at Krieg, intervention to remind my staff that dangerous seeds should not be brought on our missions of mercy. And I thank our good doctor here for at least attempting to diffuse the situation. And I am sorry that he may have aggravated you in any way.
What specifically do the papers state? Do they
So
state? Go ahead.
these are diplomatic papers that I am an envoy of the Fusion government for a diplomatic mission of mercy towards the people of Bajor, with intent of going through the
Wormhole.
The wormhole. Thank you, and attempt contact with the Dominion to attempt peace. So yeah, it's bullshit, of course, but they look legit.
Love it. I love how much bullshit that is. So good. He looks down at it. He looks up at you. He looks down at it. He looks up at you. You do realize this is a suicide mission.
That is why they chose me.
Because they want you to die?
No, because I don't mind.
Clicks his tongue again, and he slides the data pad back to you. I want you off my station as soon as possible. Within the next 24 hours, preferably.
As I stated earlier, we are indeed leaving within the next 24 hours. We are simply awaiting our transport.
Constable, I do feel very badly for the man who died, but it should be clear that it's the Bajorn boy to blame. If he had not pilfered from my duffel bag, the poisonous seeds would have never been exposed. I can identify him from a lineup, or if we have a record of the children on the station. I feel that he should
I am fully aware,
suffer the consequences.
Mr. Krieg, who the child was. He will be dealt with accordingly. 3 of you are dismissed. Out of my office.
I've got my hand in my pocket. Oh, okay, that's it. We're out. It's like I was gonna give something, and apparently I can't give it anymore. Mr. Odo had said, "Get the fuck out."
Get the
as we get out the door, Krieg will say, "Quite a likable fellow."
Grumble, grumble.
Oh yeah,
Angry,
Charm
grumpy
City.
Odo noises. I really do love that character. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, right? Like I like Odo. He's a cool dude. Like I like him a lot. All right. So you guys exit out. This has been a clusterfuck, and I love it. Probably gonna end up being a 2-parter, which I'm excited about. Or at least episode 2 is gonna roll out from episode 1, because goddamn. So yeah, you guys head off, and you can meet at Rendezvous B, which is exciting. So what does Rendezvous B look like? Eeny, meeny, miny, Brian.
It's just like a small quarters that's been assigned to a lieutenant who has been reassigned from Deep Space Nine service from Starfleet, but the bureaucracy hasn't caught up, so his quarters are assigned to him. But he's not on the station. He's on on a ship. So
The USS Contrabar.
So he's not here, and they're just like small quarters, temporary quarters, and they'll be empty for sure for the next like 2 weeks.
Perfect. Boom. You all arrive to, it's probably Batava first, then Elvold next, and then the 3 of them arrive. Door closes.
Yeah, Evold arrives, and he's got like a scarf like wrapped around his head, like a shift. So it's got like the hood, and then it covers his face. And he's walking with a limp.
Badadva's playing with the tricorder when he gets in. She's like taking it apart and is turning it into something completely different.
I love that.
Did we ever get a physical description of Badadva?
We're going to right now.
Malka Badadva is a blonde woman. She's a bit on the shorter, stockier side of things. She wears her long hair pinned up and back to try and keep it out of the way of her many engineering projects. And the only sign of her Betazoid heritage is the pitch black irises that she inherited. I should say the only physical sign.
Is she telepathic also?
She's empathic, not telepathic.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
As a half Betazoid, lesser powers follow.
Beautiful. All right. The team is finally assembled in a private place after cover was almost blown.
Evold gets in immediately as soon as the door closes. He straightens up, pulls the scarf off his face, and he's like, "Listen, I want to compliment you. That was an amazing slap. You sold it. I gotta say, it's a real pleasure to work with a professional, specifically you."
We're not there yet, so it's fine. You can say that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you may not be
sure.
You may not be aware, but the other 3 members of our team are currently with the security chief.
No, yeah, I saw them get arrested. Yeah, I saw that happen.
We're gonna die, I think.
we're gonna die.
I'm sure it's first day jitters. We're fine. We'll be fine.
Okay. What you doing?
Yeah, no tricorder. See? Fixed that. Holding up like various pieces of it.
I mean, I have a tricorder. It's just with my bag in a safe space. Yeah, I mean,
We
you
were
should
told
have a
not to bring
tricorder.
them. We were
Yeah.
told no tricorders.
Who told you that?
I could have sworn my briefing said no tricorders. That's why I needed Kriegs.
Well, you know what? Maybe I didn't read as closely as possible. Did you at least get issued a non-standard phaser?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
have that.
All right, excellent.
I was definitely issued one.
All right, well, I'm going to take a quick sonic shower. I may have spent a little bit of time in the undercarriage of a lift.
Oh, I thought
Turns
that
out-
was my grease. Okay, yeah, you go do that. I'll wait for the others.
All right.
All right. As he's taking a sonic shower and as he steps out, I think that's a good time for you guys to show up because that's good timing. Yeah. So we got a half naked Elvold and fully clothed Batadva after an epic slap. We'll see what happens.
You have my apologies, Commander. No,
He just puts up his hand.
right.
Just like, thank you. Wait, where's Ensign and where is Evold?
Oh, he is cleaning up. Apparently he was exploring somewhere. I don't know. He smells like grease and oil, like worse than one of my projects even, so he's cleaning up and all that. Sorry about the mess. Here, I can make space for all of you. Give me a sec.
Looking at the junk, like,
Yeah.
the briefing said non Starfleet issued material. Please recycle this and remove any record that it was recycled.
What
briefing
recycle? No,
also-
I'm fixing it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be something completely untrackable when I'm done. I promise.
These are made from Starfleet standard parts, the Starfleet standard material, which will always be traceable. You should know this.
Oh, yes, sir.
I do believe that there was an error in the briefing, however. It said no tricorders. I knew that could not possibly be correct, and that's why I brought mine.
The briefing again did not say no tricorders. It said non-Starfleet issue tricorder.
Oh. Oops.
Now,
Ike reaches down and pulls out a Bajoran tricorder.
Krieg, regarding the tricorder and the seeds, let's consider the events on the promenade as your punishment.
Yes, Commander.
As we're waiting for Evold, I go get a glass of water from the replicator, just like, yep,
Evold steps out in a towel and is like, "Yeah, but I also wanted to." Oh, hey,
Mr.
hey,
Evold?
hey, everybody! And he starts to like tie the towel so that it won't fall off.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's here. Sorry.
No problem. Nice to see you guys got out of the security chief's office.
Is there a problem?
Brian, what was he thinking when he came out of the shower? by the
Listen,
way?
I don't think we need to talk about that, obviously.
Ike has the biggest smirk.
Very well. So I take out the actual data pad for the target, put it in my data pad to read it. and start spouting out the information regarding our target, which I don't know by heart because
Right.
what's his name again?
That's your spy.
Yeah, who's the
Oh
target?
yeah,
Who's the target?
yeah.
His name's John. A regular name.
Oh, good.
Yeah. John Smith.
There it is.
Yep.
Fantastic.
There it is.
That's his name. His name's John Smith. All right. That's your target's name.
Which you
Okay.
think would be a common name, but in space, that's super weird.
Super weird, right? Super weird. Like, oh, that's a weird name.
It's funny. That's my name too.
Yeah. Ingleheimer.
All right.
So his name's John Smith. And he's registered as like a low-level civilian engineer that apparently, just does like basic maintenance on some of the lower levels. No reports of like any insubordination. He actually lives not too far away from this area. He's like probably like, I don't know, 30 or 40 rooms down the way. There is a pretty detailed dossier on like his activities, and it's really boring. Like, goes to have a drink with some friends after work, goes home, goes to play, Dabo occasionally, but he's super boring. But apparently they think this guy's a changeling and that he's a spy and he's about to leave. The details of why they think he's this are strangely absent. It's something you notice, but it's very clear that this data, they think he's a spy. So there you go. I'm gonna ask from the group though, what is one key piece of information that is there, and what is it? Something that will help you. What is that key piece of information that I have not already provided? Deliberate.
Help us in finding him or
Finding him, yes.
I think a good thing that is missing
Ooh.
is meal times, right? Like
You
there's
don't have
details
his
on
meal times.
details on his movements, details on his general activities, but like there's nothing about breakfast, lunch, supper,
Yeah.
like specifically.
Nothing.
Just like, oh, he ate a jumbo stick from there, or he drank a Ractagino.
Decidedly absent.
But there's no like he sat down, ate a meal with these people. That is non-existent.
Yeah.
I think that is a good key of
That's somewhat telling. I could try to read him.
Aw.
Get close and read him. I can't get anything off of changelings.
Or Atva. Crying. Throws away the innards. Or tricorder.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the arms of a tricorder, fly away from here. That cold, broken refuse container.
and then we need a piece of information that will help us, correct?
Correct.
Maybe he's been sighted. There's a pattern in where he's been sighted or something.
Okay, think it through.
I think what would be cool is that he takes a very specific walk around a certain upper ring.
No. He
No?
has a hollow suite appointment.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one. He has
Yeah,
a
that's a
hollow
really
suite
good one.
appointment, same time, same hollow suite, every single week.
Yeah.
And that hollow suite appointment is today, and it's in about 2 hours. And let me just be the first to say, dun dun dun.
Love it.
I love that. That's really good. Really good. All right. So talk. What's the battle plan?
Well, if the engineer can figure out what the program is, we could substitute ourselves for holosuite programs.
Yeah, if the
Holosuite
engineer can
program
actually
characters.
roll well tonight.
I can do the security override that'll let us, be creative in how we ask him questions.
Roll right, man.
trying. My dice think it's Pathfinder, apparently.
Okay.
Mr. Krieg, any ideas?
Poison him. With
Yes.
seeds.
Seeds, yes.
I mean, he does need to disappear.
No, don't we have to go with him? Aren't we supposed to replace his crew?
Was that it, or do we have to?
Or is he suspected to be a changeling?
No, we have to replace him.
No,
Yeah,
no.
We're replacing him.
I thought we were replacing
Wolf.
his crew because he needs to take us to wherever it is he's going.
Wolf.
Wolf.
I'm here.
Yeah, are
Well,
we
the
replacing
question-
him or his crew?
You're replacing him
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
But all of
Okay.
you are replacing him. So like you're gonna
See.
like you want to find out how he's getting off the station and then use it.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing in the data package states is that they think he's not working alone. They do want you to try and determine if he has like other operatives, right? So that's the other thing you want to
Mhm.
determine. So yeah.
Access to the station's sensor array would be helpful. Or the vessel manifests. Unless his mode of escape will be completely unregistered.
Very well. Doctor, any ideas?
Poison him.
Like I said,
Seeds.
I will try to read him.
Very well. I believe we have a beginning of a plan. Mr. Evold, you will take care of gaining access to internal sensors within the Hollow Suite and retrieve any ship manifests that are going through the wormhole within the next 24 hours. Batadva, I believe the Hollow Suite will need some rejiggering.
Yes, sir.
And
Jiggering.
the rest of us will infiltrate as the hollow representations of whatever characters he believes he's meeting.
While
But
I was in
Dr.
Quarks, I did hear the Ferengi trying to sell a session in his holosuite with some program called Vulcan Love Slave.
I hate that so much. It's
Mm.
disgusting. You're a-
It's from the show.
I know you're a sick bastard. Show us the show, writers. Fucking funny. Vulcan love slave. You know what's crazy is that they mention it and you know it exists and it's so
Yes.
messed up and I hate it. Like I hate it so much. Like to be the guy to clean the holodeck after that episode. Gross.
What? There isn't
I
a
mean-
guy. You just make a holographic janitor.
Or
Yes.
hologram. Holograms are people too. All right. Holograms are people too. All right.
They are now.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them.
All right. Well, you know.
So in order
holographic
to-
rights.
In order to have best access to the ship manifest, I'll need to make my way to the control gondola. It's where the security is lowest and where the information tends to be stored before it's shipped to the bridge
like it.
to ops.
I
Very
like
well.
it. All right. So, as the crew, this team, the crew, it's like a crew, like Ocean's 11, but not like an actual
Mhm,
crew
mhm.
like Star Trek. The crew gets ready to part. I think this is a good place to actually pause. I think this is a really good place. I think it's a good, not even a cliffhanger. It's just like a good, like, okay, we have a plan. We know what we're going to do. And then our next session, which will happen next week, we're going to go weekly. I think that feels
Cool.
good to me. Our next session is going to be Seeds of Adventure, which plays really well in because it is a holodeck program. Like, mind blown. Mind fucking blown. That was actually, I had a lot of fun, guys. It was a little bit of a rough start on my
It's
part.
gonna be a gardening holosuite program.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
That's
We'll
why
talk about it.
Seeds
We'll
of-
get some ideas. Yeah. He like
We'll
goes in and
workshop it.
does
We'll workshop
he
it.
goes in and just like tends to like a massive like
Yeah.
like
That's all he's doing.
That's all he's doing. He's just like, oh, this is so relaxing. I love this. This is great. I love everything.
Somehow
about
there's a
this.
golden lake on the side for no reason, but
Yeah,
hey,
I don't understand.
just
yeah.
tends.
And we
just
bust
tends.
in all SEAL
Suddenly
Team
there's a
6.
Vulcan fucking
Yeah,
love slave
yeah,
that shows
yeah.
up. I mean, it's so weird. You know, we don't know in the garden. Like, it's good.
Have you guys watched
And I got
the-
it a Vulcan, honey.
what's the parody show again?
Lord,
Lower decks?
No.
No. You mean the Orville?
The Orville.
Oh,
Have you
Orville's
seen
good.
the episode where one of the characters gets addicted to their version of the holodeck?
Yes.
no.
Oh, it was
I-
good.
It
It
was-
was.
It's
it was a
literally
good
like the
episode.
whole love slaves things, but it's
Do they have a new
Ah.
season of that? Because it
There's
had a
3
couple
seasons.
It had a few
There's 3
seasons, and it's
seasons.
gone. It's done. Because I watched all.
No,
they
it just
renewed
it hasn't been picked up. It hasn't been picked up again.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
still. It's not like canceled.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Well, hey, as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we're ready to wrap up episode 1, which was I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Wolf.
Good game
Wolf,
eventually, guys.
Yeah. Go
Wolf.
fuck myself.
Wolf, you're a beautiful bastard.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Also, go fuck yourself.
And
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, I'm gotten. Wolf's reels back, having been got. All right.
maybe next week, Roll20 will see each other in
I
Roll20.
hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't
I mean-
see anybody. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
Like Brian disappeared, and then
Yeah.
suddenly Mimi was there, and I was like,
Yeah, now
all I see is
Wolf.
Brian. All I
I
see
was
is
with
Brian.
everyone else except for you two, and now all I see is Symbol.
That's so good.
I just-
Roll 20.
Yeah,
see
I'm
Drew.
seeing me, Zed, and Krev, Zed, and Darewolf.
That's so funny. All right. Well, as always at the end of every session,
Zed, isn't
thank you
Kevin
to the
Zed the
players for
same person?
playing.
Ah,
Without you guys, this is impossible. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. Always fun to have folks watch. Happy gaming, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same game time, same gameplays for session 2 of Star Trek Asurine. And this, we're all gonna die. That was such a. We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna
What you
die.
talking about? I'll have the trump card every time. You'll see.
I apologize for not doing justice to many of the beloved characters from Deep Space
And
Nine.
your Odo was so
Oh,
good.
Was it
The-
good?
the Odo was
Was
actually
Odo
really
good?
good.
Okay,
and
Odo
Quark-
was my favorite character because like I only watched a little bit. Like I watched a little bit of season 1 and like I briefly got into season 2, and I loved Odo. He's just
And
so
you-
good.
And you nailed that thing, what Quark does, where he says Quark at the end of every sentence that he says.
That's the thing that he says, right? I'm
It's
pretty sure.
every sentence.
Every sentence. Quark.
Quark.
I think my Odo was okay. I think my Odo was
was
all right.
good.
I thought the Odo was pretty good.
Everything
All right.
was good.
Yeah, all right. Get out of here. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. And happy game, everybody. And just remember, this is Darewolf Den Gaming, where the dice have a story to tell. And this session, it was yikes. But next session, hopefully it'll be
Get
better.
wrecked, nerds.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Right.